Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Forever Chosen, and as promised, I said my next video would be about manifesting. I'm going to show you guys how you can truly see all of your manifestations come to life. And like I've been saying, this works so fast, and I'm getting ready to share with you a recent example. So I have my laptop open this time because I have so many different pointers that I want to hit. In my last video, I spoke about me getting my new job, right? First day on the job, I go in, I check in with the security office, and they're like, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Give them my name. And they're like, you sure you're supposed to start today? Because we can't find you in the system. So they told me to call my boss. I call my boss, and she's like, Maya, I am so sorry. I actually forgot that you were starting today. And on top of forgetting that I was starting today, that day, I was scheduled to go on vacation like a couple days later before my start date. A couple days later after my start date, I was scheduled to go on vacation. So she basically told me that it would be a whole month, y'all, a whole 30 days before I started to work again. So that meant 30 days without a check, y'all. And mind you, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. I'm getting ready to go out of the country for a whole week. Okay, I still got bills and stuff. I'm like, all right, God, now you tell me to leave. I left, I'm here, and now there's an issue. Here comes the Holy Spirit. Go to your mailbox. You go to my mailbox, what's in the mail? Checks. Checks with my name on it is sitting in the mail waiting for me. The job I had before I got into this whole crazy stuff at the sexist, racist job, right? I didn't know I signed up for this feature, but they were pretty much just taking money out of my paycheck and putting it aside for emergencies, pretty much like an RA account. Obviously, being that I left, they decided to mail the check over to me. So it was unexpected money. Unexpected money was just sitting in my mailbox. And that's what I mean about the power of manifestation working so fast. I mean, God really does take care of me. He spoils the crap out of me because I'm doing these things I'm getting ready to tell y'all about right now. The first principle that you're going to have to apply plays at least 80% of a role in you seeing your manifestations come to life, and that is celibacy. And I'm going to explain to you why. If you're hooking up with people you're not spiritually yoked with, it's going to cause you severe consequences. It's going to cause so much disaster in your life. For example, you're hooking up with Jake or Jen, whatever your preference is, and that person has really bad karma because they have a wife, a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and a mistress. And then there's you. You've added yourself to the equation. And whether you're aware of these other women or men or not, because you've added yourself to the equation, you are going to be spiritually affected by Jake's poor decisions and by Jake's actions. Because you've added yourself to the equation, you will be spiritually affected. So what does that look like? That looks like every time you turn around, there's a new issue in your life. So you'll start to experience things like money loss, your health may be declining. I mean, every time you step out the door, every time you turn around, there's a new issue, there's a new problem. So you cannot be blind to that. You have to pay attention to the signs that you receive, and you have to be discerning when it comes to people. Pay attention to how your body and spirit reacts around certain people. Some people, they're just dealing with spiritual strongholds because of the poor decisions that they made in the past. And once again, because you're deciding to create that soul tie with them, that spiritual stronghold is now going to affect you. The reality of the situation is some people are spiritual tests, either sent by God or the enemy, and that's it. The same way that there are people on this earth who walk and live for God, the devil has the same type of people, and they work and live for him. So you have to be mindful, because the enemy will send people to try to trip you up. And that's why it's so important to pay attention to the signs. It's what people don't say that you have to pay attention to. Because a lot of us get stuck in intimate relationships with these people, with these karmics. We're not meant to have intimate relationships with them. We're meant to learn a lesson, or they're meant to learn a lesson from us, and that's it. When you hook up with someone you're not spiritually yoked with, you can potentially block yourself from meeting your divine counterpart if that's what you want. That person will try to keep you trapped in a cycle with them. So for example, you are a nice person, you have everything going for yourself, you have a nice career, nice home, maybe even high status. And the person that you're hooking up with may only view you as an opportunity, a meal ticket. And of course, they're not gonna just flat out say, hey, I'm using you and milking you for what you bring to the table, and I have zero intentions to commit to you. But they will purposely try to string you along and use sex to manipulate you so that they can coattail on your blessings. And I mean, like, there are some men or women out there who will purposely try to trap you, get you pregnant, or give you an STD, whatever it is to keep you stuck in a cycle with them. What those people are trying to do is they're trying to take an easy access route out. They're gonna come to you because they see you have a good heart, they see you're a good person, and they're gonna manipulate you once again with sex, with money, whatever it may be. They're gonna fuck you and suck you so damn good, okay? So you forget until you become blind to the red flags that person is not meant to be in your life or go to the next chapter with you. And you will know this is you. If you're stuck in a karmic cycle or soul tie with somebody, I mean, whatever it is that they do, whether they beat you up mentally, physically, verbally, I mean, y'all constantly bickering, you just can't seem to get away from each other. It's such a stronghold on there. You are meant to learn a lesson from that person and move on, and that's it. So until you learn that lesson, you are strong-willed enough to walk away, you will continue to be stuck in that cycle with them. You have to be able to recognize that in people so that it doesn't get to the point where you've mistakenly allowed them to come into your life and cause disruption, and now it just throws you off balance. So whether someone comes into your life or exits your life, you have to be mentally and emotionally solid. You can't allow that person to have that much power over you. Now you're here trying to pick up the pieces and find peace again because you just allowed that person to take from you and not pour into you. By hooking up with these people, you can potentially block, miss, or delay your inflow of blessings because you have that person in a seat that God has meant for someone else. But because you're comfortable or you're afraid of being alone, there's so many different instances, or because you don't have the desire to control your sexual urges when God calls you to be celibate in a specific season, you're causing even more of a delay by hanging on to those people, especially people with bad karma. And I see it all the time. I see people, I see their health decline, I see their money being fucked up. That person is spiritually dragging you down. You have to be discerning, you have to pay attention to the red flags because these people will take you down. I mean, mess up your entire life, your whole path, because you decided to spiritually entertain them. So you cannot fall victim to having people block your spiritual channel to receive, because that's what these people are. They're blockages. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna leech off of you because they see you going places, they see you doing the work. They're gonna come and try to disturb your peace. They're gonna coattail on your life, and you have to be discerning enough to say, I don't want you in that seat. No, I'm not hooking up with you. We can't be hooking up when I'm feeling horny. No. First of all, there's so many different toys available for you to get off. Go to drjohnson.com. They have some really good products. This is protection for you. This is protection for your divine inheritance. Like I said, people will look into your life. They will do all sorts of crazy shit. Witchcraft and all sorts of crazy shit, man. It's not a joke out here. That's why, man. That's why you have to be celibate. I forgot to mention as well, as far as celibacy, you want to be celibate at least for 6 months to a year. At least 6 months to a year. What you're going to see is, number one, the moment you decide to say, you know what, God, I want what you want from me, so I'm going to step into my purity and present my body as a living sacrifice. God is going to renew your mind, body, soul, and spirit. And in that time, if you have childhood trauma, any type of trauma, all that trauma is going to come out. People from the past are going to start popping up and testing you. But you have to be solid enough to say, that chapter is behind me. And God, I know you want what's best for me, so I'm going to walk forward. I'm not even going to look back. I don't have time to turn into stone. I'm moving forward because I know you have the best plan for me. And by you doing that, you're going to spiritually elevate, and that also leaves room for space for God to work on your behalf, to work in your favor. Especially if someone or other people are standing there, you're going to be able to receive spiritual downloads. whether it be dreams, whether it be divine encounters with people, synchronicities, and angel numbers, you're going to start to see your entire life change because you made the decision to walk away. It's not about you being holier than now. It's about you being fearful of altering your destiny because everybody has choices. Earth is a school. We're in Earth school. It's a series of lessons and choices, and it's up to us to make the best decisions. But these decisions can truly influence our destinies and paths that we take in our lives. And I know a lot of people, it's so sad because I know a lot of people, they have so many doors of abundance just waiting there, waiting for them to be unlocked. But because they rather be comfortable and because they don't have the self-control that God is causing them to practice in that specific season, they don't get to open those doors. So that's why it's so important for you to step away from sex so that you have a clear channel and to really hone in on what God is getting ready to do in your life. Because you need to be able to receive. You can be celibate for a couple of months because what you're saying is, you're saying, hey God, I'm giving up this act, I'm fasting this act so that I can get the blessing that you have for me. That's really all it is. You're giving one thing up for the other.